How's it going, YouTube? Dallas Boy here with National Pokeball League Season 3, Week 5. And last week, as you saw, there wasn't really a battle. And I couldn't really battle because I just wasn't focused and all. And wound up taking a 6-0 loss. But as you saw from that week, that wasn't the biggest loss I suffered that week. But I'm back on my feet now, more focused than I was last week. And hopefully I can give you guys a good match against Davfernape of the Seattle Seadras. And he's actually subbing in for Gold, who is the original head coach. But Gold's out, and Dav's in. Or Dave, my bad. Anyways, looking at teams, I'm pretty scared of that Weavile, because it has a speed and coverage to pretty much bop a whole bunch of my team members. And looking at my team and what I brought, Gramble actually has a bit of a field day, as I am carrying a coverage move that can bop 5 out of 6 of these guys for super effective damage, the lone exception being my Lodic. So, pretty much my game plan is to keep Gramble alive, and I should be okay for this match. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and let's get this show on the road. Starting off, he's going to be leading off with his Thunder Syrian. I lead off my Tornado Syrian. I'm kind of fearing the Scarf at this point, as I've seen nothing, but he turns out to predict my Nidoqueen switch and goes for the HP Ice, and I pretty much now know that he's Life Orb, and I'm just going to smack that thing with an Ice Beam, but my Lodic comes in, and I don't really want to take a Scarf from this thing, so I wind up switching my Empoleon as he doubles back into Thundurus. I wind up missing a Focus Blossom the next turn as I just get up my Stealth Rocks, and then just bring back in Nidoqueen to sponge Focus Blast for a Thunderbolt. And then a Volt Switch on the next turn, as unfortunately there I do go for a Thunderbolt, expecting my Lodic to come in, as I already revealed the Ice Beam. But now my Lodic comes in, and there I just go for the Ice Beam. Just no regard to predict yet, really, and yeah. But now I'm going to be going out into my Empoleon as my Lodic Scalds. This is pretty much my best thing for my Lodic at this point, or best thing that really wants to take a hit. And now he's just going to go into Gallade to sponge an Ice Beam, as I was predicting the Thunder Therian there. And pretty much my best thing for Mega Gallade here right now is Gramble. As you see, that Poison Jab did nothing. And I'm just going to go straight for a safe play rough. Don't really need to predict at this point in the game, but it's what it is there. But there I just pretty much allow my Lodic to recover up with Recover, because I don't want my Gramble to get burned, as my Empoleon does there on the next turn with a crit burn. And I just go for a Grass Knot there, and it does piddle, unfortunately. But here I wind up getting a freeze on my Lodic with the Ice Beam, still predicting that Thunder Syrian here. And here he switches out, surprisingly, as he could have easily gone for the Scald, but he just winds up going into Hitmonlee to try to spin away these rocks. And this part is a little bit weird. He is normal gym rapid spin, probably packing the fake out on this thing. But Gramble's pretty much in here. And this turn we're just going to exchange misses. But we're going to be able to connect our attacks this turn. And Hitmonlee just surprisingly gets sacked. And I'm pretty much going to get Rocks up in this game later on. And pretty much cripple this Thundurus on it. Speaking of which, it comes out, and I'm just going to sponge this Thunderbolt with my Magnetric and then Mega Evolve. And I would have liked to go for the Thunderbolt here, but yeah, couldn't really risk it, because Thunder Therian is still a pretty big threat to my team. And yeah, I'm just not even going to bother predicting, but here I actually do wind up predicting a switch. He does wind up going into T-Tar, and by that damage, it's looking like it's a physically defensive T-Tar. And I'm just going to Volt Switch because I don't really have much to in with. But there he makes a very good play, expecting my switch, and goes for the Pursuit. And I just send him out of Tornado Syrian here. Going to be going for that Super Power, but I think that's Marvel Scale my Lodic there. And yeah, it's going to be taking that really well and whatnot. But it's a frozen my Lodic. I'm just going to take advantage of the Hurricane there. And he just recovered, still not going for Scald for some reason, Unthaw. But I don't know, but here I'm taking advantage of the Unthaw, going for the Toxic on that my Lodic. And he's actually going to Dragon Tail me out into Gramble, which is pretty beneficial, so this pretty much means that I know his moveset. I can just go into my Empoleon, Sponge of Toxic, and get those rocks right back up. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen here, as he's going to be sitting in the Weavile. I set up the Stealth Rocks, and I'm just going to try to quick switch to my Cobalion here. Set up a Swords Dance, as he winds up staying on the Swords Dance, which means I need a close combat here. And the switch out here to my Lodic is actually kind of important, as you guys should see a little bit later, but yeah, out comes my Lodic, and this is a pretty big point in the game. I wound up getting a crit on the close combat, which definitely helps in me breaking this my Lodic apart. And I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, and Cobalion gets its first kill as a San Antonio Swampert. Congrats, Cobalion! And now I'm going to be going my 20 ST for a reason. It's the fastest thing in my team. And I'm just going to U-turn flat out into my Empoleon as Death Fodder. And yeah, now I can get a little bit more initiative for me as I go into my Cobalion, get off the Stone Edge, and dispatch that Thunder's Therian. And now out comes Mega Glade. I know this thing's going to outspeed me. I feel like I can live one close combat. And I just go for an Aerial Ace there as he went to playing with Swords Dance. And here I go into my Mega Magnetric as a sack. I don't have much on my team that truly appreciates a hit from this thing at +2. And here's actually why I'm sacking my Mega Magnetric. I still need Ramble to take this thing out. So, with a double Intimidate buffer, I can get this Glade back to neutral and pretty much live whatever hit wants to come my way. Once again, a crit on the close combat didn't matter, and I'm just going to be sitting out my Granbull here. He's now at normal attack. Granbull still sponges that Poison Jab like a boss and retaliates with an Ice Punch. Went for the Ice Punch because I didn't really want to miss Play Rough there. But now out comes Weavile, and here I should have known from the way that he switched out earlier that he wasn't packing the low kick. And that could have saved me a little differential. And he just winds up going for the Poison Jab with Weavile. But it does cost me a little bit of differential here. But Cobalion's pretty much going to clean up the game from here. I wall both of his stab moves. And he doesn't get a monster flinch free with High School Crash. And I'm able to close combat the Weavile. And outspeed and close combat the Tyranitar. And Cobalion has 4 kills on the week. What a game from my 4th round pick. Cobalion with a 4-kill onslaught of the Seattle Seadras. So now we're 4-1 with a +7 differential, which is still very good for my division. Still a game up. And afterwards, I actually wound up getting a little bit trade negotiating with Dave and Gold on Skype. I actually wound up trading my Goodra for their Salamence. Goodra helps them defensively a lot, and it does have some pretty good coverage. But Salamence, oh, the offensive pressure I needed. That thing's going to be pretty scary for my opponents down the stretch. And maybe for a playoff run. We'll just see. So next week, we're going up against the Oakland Rose Raiders. They're supposed to be doing very well this season. So they're going to be putting up a challenge, but I'm up to rise up to the occasion. So hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Rate, comment, sub, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.